In the hush between tides, a heart's vow lingers, not lost, but carried by the breathing sea. The afternoon sea was calm and endless. A brilliant blue sky stretched overhead while sunlight danced across the water like molten gold. Adrian and Lucian sailed peacefully through the quiet ocean. Then, without warning, a single dark cloud drifted overhead. It cast a gentle shadow across their ship, shielding them from the blazing sun. The air grew cooler. A scent of rain filled the wind. Moments later, soft droplets began falling from the sky. Adrian stepped from the cabin and lifted his face toward the rain. A smile spread across his lips. "Lucian, come out here. The rain feels wonderful." Inside the cabin, Lucian watched him with amusement. Rain soaked Adrian's golden hair and glistened across his skin. The joy in his eyes was impossible to ignore. Lucian smiled and stepped outside. Soon, both stood beneath the gentle rainfall. The cool water washed away the heat of the day. For a moment, there was no danger, no mysteries, only the sea, only each other. Lucian brushed wet strands of hair from Adrian's forehead. "You're like a child." Adrian laughed softly. Then he placed his hand against Lucian's chest. Beneath his palm, he felt the steady rhythm of Lucian's heartbeat. Strong, calm, comforting. Lucian caught Adrian's hand and intertwined their fingers. Rain trickled between them. Adrian leaned his head against Lucian's shoulder and closed his eyes. The boat rocked gently upon the waves. Around them, the ocean whispered its ancient song. As time passed, the rain slowly faded. The clouds parted, and the sunset arrived. Golden light spilled across the horizon. Orange, violet, and crimson painted the sky. Adrian lifted his hand into the mist. Tiny rainbows danced across his fingers. "It's beautiful." Lucian watched him quietly. For a moment, he wasn't sure whether Adrian was admiring the sunset or something else entirely. The two stood together as evening settled across the sea. Stars slowly emerged overhead. The world seemed suspended between day and night. Then suddenly, a white seabird descended from the sky. It landed softly on the ship's railing. Something was tied to its leg. "What's that?" Carefully, Adrian untied the object. It was an old weathered letter. Lucian unfolded the parchment. The ink had faded with age, but the message remained. The letter told the story of two lovers who had sailed the oceans together. They had dreamed of seeing the edge of the world. They had shared countless sunrises beneath the stars. Then one terrible storm changed everything. The sea separated them. One was lost. The other remained behind, searching endlessly. Lucian continued reading. "I do not know if he still lives, but I have never stopped searching. If you find this letter, tell him that I still wait." Silence settled over the ship. Only the gentle sound of waves remained. Adrian stared toward the darkening horizon. His heart ached for the stranger who had written those words. "Do you think they'll ever find each other again?" Lucian gazed at the ocean. The stars reflected in his blue eyes. The sea is full of mysteries, but it is also full of hope. Adrian smiled. Carefully, he folded the letter and held it close. "If we ever meet him, we'll return it." Lucian looked at him warmly. A silent understanding passed between them. Then they intertwined their fingers once more. Beside them, the white seabird remained perched on the railing, as if guarding the promise. Above them, the stars shone brighter. Ahead of them stretched the endless sea. And somewhere beyond the horizon, carried by wind and tide, a forgotten promise continued its journey home. Somewhere beyond the stars and tides, love endures, waiting to be found, waiting to find its way home.